the ladder of lies and the desert we made. The purpose is to awaken from the dream, and the dream of bodies is just the shadow of the dream of guilt in the mind. This world, it's not the dream. It's the after-image. It's the ash cloud from a fire long gone, except the mind still believes it's burning. So Jesus, our teacher, has a problem. The same problem any teacher has: motivation. The student must want to learn. And here's the truth. Nobody wants to learn that their entire life is a hallucination. So how's he going to sell this course? He doesn't sell it. He waits. And when the dream becomes unbearable enough, when the special relationships sour, the goals dry up, the body breaks down, the money fails, the grief hits, the fear rushes in, he gently raises his hand from the back of the class and says, "Are you ready now?" The only way Jesus gets us to learn this course is for us to admit, this life doesn't work. Not really. Oh, it flashes, but it doesn't satisfy. Ever get what you want and still feel restless? Ever smile in the selfie but sob when it's over? Ever have the perfect relationship and still feel unloved? Ever achieve the dream and feel the same dread the next morning? That's what he's banking on. See, Jesus doesn't teach in theory. He teaches from the battlefield of experience. He knows we won't drop the sword until we bleed. And that's why the course says, the descent into hell follows step by step in an inevitable course, once the decision that guilt is real has been made. That's the start of the ladder metaphor. We didn't fall down a rabbit hole. We descended a psychological staircase, each step an attempt to escape a feeling we made up. First came the lie of guilt, then the need for punishment, then the fear of God's wrath, then the cover-up plan. Forget the mind, hide in the body, pretend the world is reality. Boom! The dream of bodies was born. And now we worship this flesh prison while denying the prison guard is in our mind. The ego convinced us to flee the mind by telling us the mind was hell. It made up a maniac god, holding a lightning bolt, waiting to destroy us. And we bought it. That's the ego's unholy trinity: sin, guilt, and fear. Not just concepts. They are the core motivators of this dream. And just as the ego used guilt to push us into the world, Jesus now uses the world to draw us back to the mind. He flips the ladder. He says, if you're willing to look at this world honestly, without makeup, without filters, without excuses, you will see it is a desert where starved and thirsty creatures come to die. Workbook, lesson 135. That's his description. Not because he's cruel, because he wants us to stop building castles in the sand and start climbing out. Now what are we starved for? Peace, love, safety, union. Chapter 2, Section 4. And what are we thirsty for? Reality. Something that doesn't decay. Something that doesn't change when the wind blows. Something that doesn't leave. But we keep drinking from the wrong well. Every hour, says Jesus, we relive the moment when terror took the place of love. Chapter 26, Section 7, The Little Hindrance. We reenact the crucifixion in miniature. We choose ego over spirit. We tell the Holy Spirit to take a seat. This doesn't happen once. It happens in every moment, outside of time, but reflected inside of time. Which means the healing has to be outside of time too. That's the holy instant. That moment when the mind stops replaying the movie of pain and chooses the truth instead. Not by fixing the movie. Not by adding better lighting, more love, more followers, more money, but by recognizing none of it is the cause. The problem is not in time. So the solution can't be either. But here's the rub. If I accept that sickness, death, and misery are illusions, then I must also accept that the body is too. That's the real reason nobody likes this course. Because Jesus isn't saying, hey, be a little nicer, forgive a little more, make the world a better place. No. He's saying, give up the self, the whole self, the name, the history, the face, the role, the traumas, the triumphs, the little I that runs the show. And we don't want to give that up. Not yet. We still want to drag Jesus into the world and say, help me heal the world, like Michael Jackson. But Jesus didn't come to heal the world. He came to show us it's not there. The course isn't here to create a new Jerusalem. It isn't here to merge heaven and earth. Heaven and earth are mutually exclusive realms. Oil and water, light and shadow, reality and dream. Trying to integrate them is how we keep the dream going. And Jesus? He takes the gloves off, because most people don't understand the ego. They don't want to. It's too dark, too scary, too painful. But the Course says clearly, you must look at the hate before you can look at the love. Not because the hate is real, but because we've made it real, and then covered it with a world. So we must look at the ugliness, not to dwell, but to dispel, to see that it was never there. And in that gap, love reclaims its throne. Jesus is not here to make us feel better in the body. He's here to teach us. There is no body. There never was. But there is a mind. And that mind made the whole thing up. So that same mind is the only thing that can save us. Once we stop hiding. Once we stop trying to bring the light into the illusion, and instead bring the illusion to the light. Then we can say, yeah, this ladder goes nowhere. I'm ready to climb out. You have tried to make beautiful what was made to hide. You have worshipped the body, not because it is holy, but because it is a veil. You have spent your days fixing what was never broken, fearing what could never touch you, and seeking love where it could never be found. But God has not left you. He stands at the end of every road the ego built, not to punish you, but to show you none of them go anywhere. You have never sinned. You have not left your source. You are not a body. You are still as God created you. So give up the fight. Give up the trying. Give up the self. You do not need it. The mind that made the world can unmake it. The ladder you built to escape God will never reach him. But turn around just once and you will see. He has always been where you are. Because where you are is nowhere but in him. Come home now.